Overnight, just 1 week after a meteor flew over northeast Ohio, resulting in a sonic boom, we have learned another meteor flew over the Buckeye State last night.
Here we go, Dave. Reported so far this month. The Florida Panhandle Marine Institute says that the majority of those deaths occurred in Bay and Gulf counties this past weekend. But the big question remains, what's causing this?
We aspire to be a galactic civilization. So I think the future that everyone,
AI and shit
well, most people I think would agree is the most exciting is one where we are out there among the stars, where we are not forever confined to one planet, that we become a multi-planet species. So if you add up all the fabs on Earth combined, they're only about 2% of what we need for the terawatt project or terafab project. But especially an optimist, because I expect the robots, humanoid robots, to be made 10 to 100 times more than the volume of cars.
You see what I'm saying, bro?
You know,
they come into
vehicle production.
Remember when he made the gigafactories?
Vehicle production on Earth is about 100 million vehicles a year, and I expect humanoid robot production to be somewhere between 1 billion and 10 billion units a year.
Yo, what is good? It's your boy Money Mitch. We are back. I haven't made a video on YouTube in a minute, but I kind of just took a break from talking about car stuff. I love car stuff. We're gonna get back into that as well. Don't think that's giving up. But man, all of the stuff going on in the world is absolutely insane. There's been like 1, 2, 3, 4 meteor strikes. I think it was Texas was one, Ohio was one, Pennsylvania was one, and apparently there was one in Panama as well. So that's happening, and you know what? We're gonna get into that first. Let's get into these meteor strikes, guys, because this is crazy, man. This is like stuff is going on. Like this is stuff like in a movie. You know what I mean? Meteor strikes back to back to back, and that's just one thing going on. But let's get into that real quick.
And new overnight, just 1 week after a meteor flew over northeast Ohio, resulting in a sonic boom, we have learned another meteor flew over the Buckeye State last night.
Here we go, Dave. All right, this one closer to northwest Ohio. Laura Sandlin with our sister station in Toledo has the latest.
The meteor was spotted just after 9:30 last night and was visible from over half a dozen states. Now, a video shown here shows the meteor streaking across the sky over Van Loo, Ohio. Just 5 days ago, another meteor captured the attention of the nation after it fragmented across Medina County. According to Michael Cushing, a professor at the University of Toledo, Earth often has small rocks and pieces of dust that enter the atmosphere every day, but they burn up in the atmosphere, often without people ever knowing. Cushing says when a meteor is of a significant size, such as the one seen over Cleveland, often people will hear a boom due to its supersonic speed as it enters the atmosphere. He says meteors of a significant size enter Earth's atmosphere a handful of times each year, but it's usually unlikely it'll be in a visible and populated area. Reporting for 3 News, I'm Laura Sandlin.
See, bro, like what? A meteor, okay, so 2 meteors in Ohio. Look at that. So I don't even know, man. I don't even know. So we also got dolphins dying too, which is also another weird thing that's going on. So there was like 18 dolphins. Well, first there was a dude that claimed he got dragged under the water by a dolphin. He was missing for 3 days, guys. 3 days. Came back. And then he said he got taken to build an underwater city, help build an underwater city. That's crazy. And then we got not too long after that, we have 18 dolphins wash up on shore. So let's look that up real quick. Telling you guys.
Right now, Florida wildlife officials are trying to figure out why more than a dozen dead dolphins washed ashore in the Panhandle.
And more than 18 deaths have been reported so far this month. The Florida Panhandle Marine Institute says that the majority of those deaths occurred in Bay and Gulf counties this past weekend. But the big question remains, what's causing this?
we immediately go out and try to collect as many samples as we can, depending on the condition of the animal. We'll determine what types of samples we can collect.
See, man,
It is
look at
unclear when those test results will come back. FWC says it's also received multiple reports of stranded and dead dolphins.
How does a dolphin in a water get stranded? How does a fish get stranded? You know what I mean? But AI is about to take a giant leap in the future. Elon Musk is announcing his new semiconductor company. Let's look at this real quick, y'all.
Well, we have a profoundly important announcement to make, which is the most epic chip building exercise in history by far. We aspire to be a galactic civilization. So I think the future that everyone,
AI and shit,
well, most people I think would agree is the most exciting is one where we are out there among the stars, where we are not forever confined to one planet, that we become a multi-planet species, like the best science fiction that you've ever read. You know, Star Trek, or Ian Banks, or Asimov, or Heinlein. And we want to make that real.
See, guys, look, he's planning on putting these AI chips in like all his shit. So like the Tesla cars, his Tesla robots, he has XAI, so he'll obviously his AI system will be powered by these chips, and that AI system will probably power everything else. SpaceX program. Not gonna lie, I'm not really like an Elon like lover. I don't really care, but I did just get Starlink. Just saying, I love it. Not gonna lie, that's beside the point. I named it Excelsior. You know, if you get it, you get it. But yeah, dude, he's really like out here trying to create AI chips, and he's trying to get them from all. He's trying to buy all the other AI companies out, basically, like trying to buy all the stock.
Yeah, we want to be a civil.
Let's skip ahead a little bit for y'all.
Solar, so that will solve the solar problem, the power generation. So then the key missing ingredient is therefore a terawatt of compute. So this announcement is about solving the key missing ingredient. To give you a sense of what we're talking about, the current output of AI compute is roughly 20 gigawatts per year. So if you add up all the fabs on Earth combined, they're only about 2% of what we need for the terawatt project, or terafab project. And we're starting off with an advanced technology fab here in Austin. So in the advanced technology fab, we will have all of the equipment necessary to make a chip of any kind, logical memory, and we will also have all of the equipment necessary to make the lithography masks. So in a single building, we can create a lithography mask, make the chip, test the chip, make another mask, and have an incredibly fast recursive loop for improving the chip design. So, and we're not just going to do conventional compute in this. I think there's some very interesting new physics that is potentially, I'm confident.
Bro, he said 2% of the world's computing power is what we are currently at compared to what we need to power this shit. And we're pumping out 20 gigawatts per year, claiming off the chart he had. And that was a terawatt is 1,000 gigawatts. So we would need to pump out 1,000 gigawatts plus a year. Think about that, chat. That's insane. That's a lot, dude. That's a lot of power.
It will work. It's just a question of when. So this is we're really going to push the limit of physics in compute and in the cars, optimized for edge and inference. So that'll be used primarily in Optimus and in the cars, but especially in Optimus, because I expect the robots, humanoid robots, to be made 10 to 100 times more than the volume of cars.
You see what I'm saying, bro?
You know,
think how many
vehicle production.
Remember when he made the gigafactories?
Vehicle production on Earth is about 100 million vehicles a year. And I expect humanoid robot production to be somewhere between 1 billion and 10 billion units a year.
So he's literally going to outpace the human race with robots in a year. That's his plan. Cooked, bro. This is insane, bro. This is bad. I mean, Tesla stocks are about to go insane. Invest in the Tesla stocks. Not a financial advisor, by the way. But guys, he said to $1 billion to $10 billion a year for his humanoid Optimus powered robots. Bro.
And then we need a high-powered chip that is designed for space, that takes into account the more difficult environment in space, where you've got high power, you've got high energy ions, photons, you've got electron buildup. It's a hostile environment in space. So you want to design the chip, you want to optimize it for space. For the space compute, my guess is that is the vast majority of the compute, because you're power constrained on Earth. That's why I think it's probably 100 to 200 gigawatts a year of terrestrial chips, and probably on the order of a terawatt of chips in space. The cost of AI and deploying AI in space will drop below the cost of terrestrial AI much sooner than most people expect. I think it may be only 2 or 3 years before it is actually lower cost to send AI chips to space.
They put it right in front of your face, bro. AI satellites monitoring, tracking everything on Earth and outside. You have humanoid robots, probably half on in space somewhere, half on another planet, half on Earth. You know, however he would divvy that up. But again, $1 billion to $10 billion a year, so it wouldn't matter. You're already outpacing the human race population in within like a year, 2 years. So, you know, and keep in mind we're on a decline. Pregnancy rates are at an all-time low. Come on, guys. It's not science fiction.
Than it is on the ground, because in space you don't need much in the way of batteries because it's always sunny, and the solar power you're going to get at least 5 or more times the solar power you get in space versus the ground. As soon as the cost to orbit drops to a low number, it immediately makes extremely compelling sense to put AI in space. And you get there by having an electromagnetic mass driver on the moon with robots, with optimi, and obviously lots of humans. And with that, you can send a petawatt. You can create a petawatt of compute and send that to deep space. Because on the moon has no atmosphere and has 1/6 Earth gravity. So you don't need rockets on the moon. You can literally accelerate it to escape velocity from the surface. And that dramatically drops the cost, once again, of harnessing power and enables you to go 1,000 times bigger than a terawatt. Obviously, the elements of that are sustainable energy.
Boys and girls, man. Whew. So I'll skip to the last little bit.
Amazing abundance to everyone. And then we go beyond the moon, beyond Mars, and we sail through the rings of Saturn.
See, he keeps talking about Mars, bro.
Now, wouldn't it be amazing
wasn't.
if you could buy a trip to
reminds me of
Saturn?
the game
Frankly,
Starfield.
if you just have a trip to Saturn, I think things will just be free in the future. And help us design incredible chips and make incredible chips and build a terawatt of chips, a terawatt of solar, and 10 million tons to orbit per year. Thank you.
Insane, guys. This man's really about to build a city on Mars. Like, it's not even a joke anymore. You know what I mean? It's literally not even a joke. This is real life. This is real life. So I'm gonna leave it there. You know, this is a good little video to come back to YouTube with. I'm gonna start posting little updates like this, and like on car news and on this world news and stuff like that. I'm push a little the boundary a little bit on that gaming content as well. Follow me on Twitch. I'm gonna drop all my little symbols and everything for y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. We're gonna grow this out. We're gonna grow. Peace.